Hi, third graders. Today we are going to continue on our reading journey for building a powerful reading life. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen with you so we can get started. Just one moment. Okay. So we're working on building a reading life, and this is for Willow Lake third graders. Do you know what a curmudgeon is? Well, get ready because I am about to show you. A curmudgeon is the crankiest person you have ever met. They're cranky and they're pouty and they have a bad attitude. Look at all these faces. They don't look very friendly and they don't look like they have a good attitude. Take a minute and give me your curmudgeon face. A curmudgeon has a very bad attitude. I'm sure we can think of a time when we were curmudgeons about reading. I'm sure that we could think of a time when reading wasn't great for us. That happens. There are times when we're really struggling with our reading and when we're really having a tough time. But we don't want every time we read to be a tough time, and we don't want to have a bad attitude towards reading every time we read. We're understanding that once in a while you might have a bad experience reading, but we really don't want to be curmudgeons all the time. Nobody likes a face like this, a curmudgeon all the time. Today, I want to teach you that readers choose their attitude and relationship towards reading. We can choose to not be curmudgeons, and we can choose to have a positive attitude going into each day, because each day involves reading. We can have a positive attitude towards reading each time we go to open our book. We don't want to choose to be curmudgeons. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how a curmudgeon reads. So I have this book and I chose it very specifically because it's a happy book and some of you might already have happy memories about it. Oh, the Places You'll Go, brightly colored book. I'm going to read like a curmudgeon. And remember, this is supposed to be a happy book. Oh, the places you'll go. Dr. Seuss, who even is he? Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what you know, and you are the guy who will decide where to go. Yeah, I am the guy who will decide where to go. You got that right. You'll look up and down the streets, look them over with care. About some you will say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, when you're too smart to go down. Not so good street. This book is not so good. I'm having a not so good time. And you may not find any you'll want to go down. I don't want to be reading this book. In that case, of course, you'll head straight out of town. I'd rather head straight out of town than read this book. Friends, I don't really feel this way about reading this book. Of course I don't. Look at how happy and how hopeful of a book it is. I was reading to you like a curmudgeon. Now, like I said, maybe sometimes you rather go watch a movie or go play outside than read. But reading can unlock so many special things for us, and reading can be fun if we choose to make it fun. You need to choose to have a positive attitude towards reading and to not be a curmudgeon. I know it might have been funny to watch me read like a curmudgeon today, but you won't be very happy if that's what you're choosing all the time. We should treat books like they're gold, because they really are. No third grade curmudgeons here. This book can be so special if we make it so special. We should be treating it like gold. Now, so far, we've been over different ways to make reading the best that it can be. We've talked about finding a good reading spot, and that might be by a window like me. It might be in your bed, all nice and cozy. It might be at your dining room table where it's nice and quiet. It might be outside underneath a tree. Each person has a different spot that works for them. We also went over how to talk about books. The more we talk about books and the more we get excited about books, the more special they become and the more interested we become in them. We also discussed how to choose books that you love, how to really get excited about those books. And today we're talking about how to read books like they're gold and not like we're a curmudgeon. This is super important to our lives as readers, because if we treat each book like it's gold, then we will be able to really have fun reading and really appreciate all of the time that we spend reading. Friends, it's so important to think about all of the different ways that you can be a reader and all of the different parts of our life where reading is important. I talked about this with my class in regards to math, but I want to talk about it with all of you in regards to reading. I can think of so many different jobs, in fact, every job, where it's important to be a great reader. We talked about chefs, teachers, construction workers, people who work at the bank, people who work in grocery stores, astronauts. Everyone needs to be able to be a good reader. And being excited about our reading is one way that we become great readers. Those are just a few examples of jobs that my class came up with. Every job you can think of, I guarantee that it's important to be a good reader, to have that job. The way we get there is to make reading the best that it can be. And that's why we're talking about all of these things today.